What is happening, guys? Cowboy here. Welcome back to part 28 of the walkthrough, and it's time to take on what is potentially the hardest boss in the game, the Hatred Demon. If you haven't already, talk to Emma, make sure to use your seed. Interestingly enough, she actually finally had the dialogue for me about Dragon Rot, even though I still haven't died, which, fingers crossed here because we're going into the two hardest battles. But she, if you get this far without dying, they go, hey, Dragon Rot, it's a thing, so they give you that. But we're going to head on over to the Dilapidated Temple real quick. And there's two primary upgrades I also want to point out before you go into this encounter. Additionally, you may notice that certain somebody is missing. Sculptor's gone. But anyway, so going into the upgrades, I went ahead and picked up my Lazlight Sacred Flame finally. Not that it's going to be used in this fight, but the two main things that I would suggest you get before you go into this are going to be Suzaku's Lotus Umbrella and Malcontent. Malcontent is very helpful here. I wouldn't consider it necessary, but it is definitely a very, very useful thing to have. Suzaku's I would consider necessary. Without this, you're going to have a much, much harder time than you would having it. So if you can, pick those two things up. In addition to that, you're going to want as much healing as possible. So we now have our 10 gourds, we have our pellets, we have fine snow. On top of that, we're going to be looking to just dump out damage. So we're using Divine Confetti and Akko Sugar here. The last thing is skills. So at this point, you should be spending any skills you had. I spent all of my money on picking up various upgrade mats. And then looking over at skills, what I considered to be most valuable at this point was just increasing the amount of spirit emblems I had available to make sure I have as many uses as possible for this fight. Now, the Hatred Demon is a 3-phase boss fight. The first 2 phases are going to have a lot of big old really aggressive swings that'll hurt. Plan to be sprinting around a bunch. You want to stay right by his legs. You can deflect his legs, so I think it's a little bit easier to dodge because they are, what's the word I'm looking for? They're very, not scripted, but, anyway, you basically see them coming. You see that the stomps coming, so get out of the way. Malcontent Finger and, of course, Anti-Flame Umbrella are going to help a ton here. I would suggest trying to save your whistle until phase 3 because it costs, or excuse me, phase 2, because it's going to cost 3 spirit emblems to use. So you're better off trying to burst your way through phase 1, using the whistle to help get through phase 2, and then using the umbrella to save your ass during phase 3. As long as you are away from this boss, like at range, he's going to do a fireball toss. You're going to want your umbrella, otherwise it's going to hurt a lot. It's a very wide range and difficult to dodge. He's also going to do jump attacks where he comes down, slams, and causes a shockwave. Anytime he does that, you're going to be running back, jumping. You're going to jump to avoid the shockwave, and then do a grapple slash back to him. Oh boy, here we go. So, we're going to pop our confetti, pop our Akkos. Let's get into it. And just hit him right in the dick. Just hit him in the dick, just like this. That's where we want to jump back and dodge. There's the stomps. Ooh, as you can see, those stomps are not fun to deal with. Oh boy. But with as much memory as we have by this point, we should be doing quite a bit of damage. Oh my god, he already got me once. That's okay. Remember, he has 3 phases, you have 3 resurrections. Jump anytime you see that coming. go on and buff up. Can't hurt him until the health bar comes back. Once it is, just start getting on in there. Come on. There you go. And now we're going to malcontent. You can see how it stuns him up. Now, malcontent will not work at all in phase 3. Just something to be aware of. There's his big old slammy. Oof. You can probably get one more whistle in. That's going to be the last whistle we do. Oh man, that was a close dodge. Missed the potential jump grapple, but that's okay. We're looking really good right now. Now, phase 3. Buff. Buff. Oh god, the sweep. Oh god, the burn. We're gonna pop the fine snow. We're also gonna pop the healing gourd. Fine snow is great here because it's going to just help keep your health up constantly. As you can see, we're gonna hit a lot more here. You can see that snow is really what's saving us. Ah, damn. It still hit me. Alright, we got hit by a burn. We're going to go ahead and pop a Ministry Dousing Powder. And since the rice is gone, go ahead and put on the Sweet Rice Ball instead. Ooh. That Sweet Rice Ball is going to help us out a good bit here, where we got to re-get Divine Confetti up. Jump the first one, jump the second one. Jump! Grapple back. Jump! Jump! Oh my god. And there it is! Demon of Hatred is down! Woo! Now notice that text. Wolf, thank you. Demon knew that our name was Wolf. Meet with the sculptor's idol and confront the one-armed demon prowled the battlefield, presented by flames of deepest resentment. And a lapis lazuli. Now, Sculptor was missing. Flames of resentment. You guys kind of probably already realized what I'm getting at here. But anyway, run this way. Got a grave wax waiting, as well as a dragon blood point. Head on inside, and you'll remember this lady from earlier. Talk to her.
あんた、また生き残ったのかい。なんとなくは分かってるんだろう。あの片腕の鬼が元は何者だったのか。いや。そうかい。その方がいいかもしれないね。何の因果か。塩素の炎に焼かれ、鬼となり苦しむ者がいた。あんたはそれを終わらせた。それだけのことさね。
So if you haven't figured it out, the demon of hatred was the sculptor. Essentially, that's... Excuse me. Got to clear my throat. Essentially, that's what happens with Shura. So in the Shura ending, we basically end up becoming something like that. And just going across the land and murdering everything. That is what it means to be consumed by hatred in Sekiro. But with the demon of hatred down... Oh man, I'm getting... I've never... So alright, we have one boss left. Next episode, we're going after the final boss. In addition to that, we're going to be getting all 3 endings. But we're going to go ahead and enhance attack power real fast. But this, I'm a little bit nervous here, because this is, if I pull this off, this will actually be my first ever no death run in a, I don't want to say Souls-like, but, you know, I think people consider this in the same sphere of things. So if I can pull this off, that'd be pretty dope. Though I know we're in for one hell of a battle, so I'm not entirely sure if I will. But, you know, either way, we got one more. Like I mentioned, we're going to be getting all 3 endings in the next episode. So stay tuned. This is all we got left before we bring this journey home. And even though this one was short, I will catch you guys soon with more.